That air is pulling up the bolts off the ground. Come on. What's it looking like out here? You know what's nice, Rob?
What?
No love bugs.
No love bugs.
All right, let's crank it. Let's get rolling because there ain't nothing happening. You got the steering wheel, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir, I do. We can push from the frame to the tires. I can't see shit.
Next week, the A-frame. What am I doing?
Keep going, not.
This is Dan's car. We did this car last year. A lot of metal work on the firewall, fixing all the Swiss cheese, did a lot of roof work, especially back in this area here. This area was rotted out and we replaced it. And what we found with Tri-5s, and we always just thought that 2 and 4 doors are the same in the roof line. No, they're not. The body line that's right here on the 2 and the 4 doors is subtle different. The curvature is the same, but the stamping's different. And inside the structure is actually stamped differently across. So we had to modify the 4-door parts that we put into the 2-door and make them exactly like a 2-door. It took time to do that right, but we welded in all the sections. We have nothing but metal, and we're going to be primering that out. Did some repair work down in here because it was all rotted out, and there's where I replaced the Dutchman panel. And then we put an aftermarket deck lid on, a replacement part. We needed to. The other one was just toast. I'm down to polishing the metal now. I'm going to be finishing polishing out. That's all of what's left of the original primer from 1956 when it was built. And then I'm going to have to either OSFO this, or you're going to have to take the speed blaster to it because I got a lot of little pock marks in there. Happens on a lot of Tri-5. Someone must have had inserts in it at one point. And what happens when you put the aluminum inserts in there, it holds the moisture and it rots it out. It happens a lot on the Plymouths that we do with the Sport Tone, and it happens all the time on the Tri-5 Chevys. That's where the aluminum insert goes, and it causes hell. So this car's a 210. It's not a Bel Air. So we're going to be painting the inside of this the color that's going to be the roof, and that's going to be a beautiful tricolor white. On this side here, continuing the DA down stuff, we have some issues. I have to bang out the quarter panel a little bit and put a profile in. The nasty area you never want to get hit is in this area. I don't care if it's here or over here. We can work with that. When you get over the lip area and that distorts, that is an area what causes us a lot of heartache in auto body because you change the whole profile of the panel. This here dictates this. And then if you have a dent in here, it's going to pull this. You're going to body work this back up, but this is already pulled in, and you got to pull that out. So if you do one, you do the other to get the profile. We'll run a gauge on this and try to get it very straight as possible. And then we're going to be high building these quarter panels. I had to high build the Project LS from here down because it's a 150. You're going to ask me, is a quarter panel from a 150 to a 210 to a Bel Air different? I want to say, from my experience, yes, they are. The stamping actually bows here on a 150. The 210s and Bel Airs have the insert. This panel actually feels nice and flat. The 150 doesn't. So if someone tells you they're all the same, yes and no. So what we found is 2 to 4 doors are different in the structure and the roof. 150 quarter panels are slightly different right across here. But overall, same car. If I was to replace a 150 quarter panel and put an aftermarket one on, it would look fine. No one would know. But as we know, with that car being factory never hit, the body actually, the panel itself, the quarter panel itself actually shows a line almost. It's subtle. It's like you can feel it, but you really can't see it. Pretty neat. Anyway, that's the updates on Dan's. Hopefully we'll have this thing in high build primer. Gotta take all that off. I don't leave this on a lot. I take this off. This is like the coating you get when you get them out of the box. You can sand it and go over it if you like. I like to take as much of it down as I can, and boy, is this booger loaded. You can see here where I just tried to DA a little bit of it, and it was starting to put up a fight. I don't know if I'm going to have to strip it and just treat the metal and then go from there, but I like putting a very good epoxy primer down on this and then 2K'ing on it. This is our ritual, what we do. You see a lot of foundation work that we do here. I have a tech video I need to get up online too, uploaded as well, because that tech video shows how I do this process, and it's just so redundant. But anyway, it'll help everybody understand what we do. What I'm using is a DA that doesn't have a very heavy counterweight in here. It's actually a smaller orbital circle. And what it does is it doesn't transfer up into my hand that bad like the snap-on ones or the 3M ones. This is actually a cheap model I've had for many years, and it doesn't transfer that bad. I do wear gloves because I can feel it after like a couple hours. It'll get me a little tingly, but most part I don't have any problems right now, so I'm good. And if I'm shaking, it's because my morning coffee is kicked in. What I'm doing is polishing down the quarter panel with a sticky back, USC paper, 220. All I'm doing is polishing the panel. A couple pock marks that you're going to see I cannot get out with this. But what I'm trying to do is take the lacquer primer off, get the metal kind of polished out, and the pock marks I'm either going to OSPO or I'm going to actually just hammer home with a speed blaster. So that's what I'm doing with this panel right now. It takes time to do what I'm doing. It's quicker and easier just to send the whole car to sandblast, but that is absolutely out of the question because the car is half done already. If I could have done it again with a client, I would have sat him down and said, listen, let's clean the whole slate. But what happens is the guy just wanted one part done, and then one thing leads to another. And when that happens and you see a lot of fruition coming from the job, people get excited and they want more out of it. This is common. It happens to me all the time. And the result of this particular car is let's do everything and get it really high end now. So I'm going to take the time and scrutinize every portion of this panel and the other side and make sure it's beautiful. And continue on. Okay, the USC paper is sticky back, okay? Sticky back pad. Now what's happening with my pad is starting to eat it, because USC likes to make their sticky really sticky. See, it sticks. It's like freaking fly paper. So what I do is, since my pants are dirty from all the dust and stuff, and don't worry, I'm not breathing the dust. I have a fan right behind here, so you can see I'm moving some good air. I'm not breathing any of this crap. Trust me, if I sneeze, ain't no boogers. So what I do is I stick it on my pant leg, okay? And this happens to a lot of them. So I put it on the pant leg and it picks up the lint. I put that on there. I'm good. And it also helps me to peel it off. It's not going to fall off when it's vibrating against the car. We're good. We'll try a little area over here. Not a lot. I'm not pushing it. Hear the speed I'm going at? I'm not going at a fast speed. I'm not going at a fast speed. If I went at a faster speed, I'm going to burn the paper up quicker, and I'm not going to get anywhere faster. Slower is actually faster, if that makes any sense in this business. So I just take my time. I'm not pushing the panel. I can tell when I start getting up on edge, the paper's starting to wear out, because I'm going against the metal and it's ripping the teeth right out of the paper. So it's going to happen. I'm going to go through a lot of paper, but this is the result I get. And then any little bits that I see here and there, if I either have to OSPO, I have to dig it out with a little bit of whiz wheeling, or I can go and speed blast. That's all up to me. But I want to get all this lacquer primer off, and it's got years of paint jobs on here. We paint stripped it, but now we got to polish it. Normally, after you paint strip, you're going to prep the metal, because you don't want anything residual left in it, because it will never, it'll give you fits down the road. But in this case, we're just polishing the metal. We're not going to worry about that. Same thing if you soda blast. If you soda blast, you're in deep trouble. You got to water that sucker down, soapy water it off. Otherwise, nothing's going to stick to it, not even zinc chromate. So this particular way of we doing is that this will last for the lifetime. I don't have to worry about it. I'll be long dead and the finish will stay on this car. All right. And an hour later, here's where we're at. We have a little bit more to go. Got the insides. I got to get the shipping coating off of this, and it's putting up a fight. So I'm gonna probably chem it off, get it down to metal, polish the metal. I don't want that as my substrate. I don't care if it's in the underpinnings, inside the deck lid, but not on my exterior. I want to make sure I have a uniform exterior all the way through. Okay, that's exactly where we're at this point. Got to get the coating off of this. This is the shipping coating that most parts come in. And DAing it is not going to get it. It's going to take me forever. I tried a little section over here and it's just going to infinitely just kill me. So this is real quick and easy. We're going to paint strip it. I'm already partially done here and wanted to put the camera on it real quick and get a little bit of footage on this. Put a little bit of stripper in a mixed cup. And just brush it on one way. You want to make sure, of course, as anybody who knows about paint stripper, wear gloves. This stuff burns the hell out of you. I'm in a very well ventilated booth. I got a nice flow across. I don't smell any of this crap. Alright, I polished the metal and we're ready for zinc chromate, which is our epoxy sealer primer, direct to metal, and then we're going to 4:1 super build the back end of this. I just greened it. There's two nice easy coats of green. Waiting for it to flash over. Give me about 45 minutes, and the weather we got right now, you can see it's starting to flatten out a little bit. And then we're ready for high build. There we go. There's our 4-to-1. And you can see it's activating. Let's put the cap on and go. All right, we just got done high build priming the deck lid and the deck panel. And you saw earlier that we did the polishing of the metal, inspection and everything of getting the quarter panels ready so we can epoxy them and then high build them and get in the bodywork process. I still have to get to sandblast them. No big deal. Knock that out real quick and then I'll do a final go over again. But until then, thanks so much for checking us out today. Hope the video helps anybody out there that's doing metal prep, metal work, and I will have a tech video on this process. It's very redundant. You're going to see it an awful lot in this business, especially on the video logs that we do, because we do a lot from end to end. Anyway, thank you for your time. I appreciate everybody checking us out and checking in. Thank you. Take care.